Top animations present. Top 18 best high school romance anime, series plus movies. Do you feel jaded toward romance titles set in high school? With that in mind, here are my 10 favorite romance anime TV series. Number 18. Blue Spring Ride. In Blue Spring Ride, two close childhood friends meet again in high school. It's a typical shoujo trope, for sure. However, there's a slight twist. Ko Tanaka and Futaba Yoshioka aren't the same people they were back then. He's grown colder while she's consciously less cutesy. Number 17. Real Life. Real Life has a 27-year-old guy who just happens to go back to his high school self because of a magic pill. Similarly, you can't even be sure that the other characters are genuinely teenagers and not fellow adults. Still, the anime adaptation of this famous web manga more than qualifies for this list. Number 16. Nisekoi, False Love. With two massively popular seasons, Nisekoi ruled online forums and anime-centric social media pages in the mid-2010s. It was a constant war between Team Chitoge and Team Onodera, and the supporting girls had their own fierce supporters. Number 15. My Little Monster. Honestly, how can I not include an otherwise standard rom-com anime when it has a pet chicken named Nagoya? Kidding aside, Tonari no Keibutsu-kun is one of the shoujo highlights of the early 2010s. It's not a perfect package, but it's strong in so many elements. Number 14. Kase-san and Morning Glories. Fans usually complain when their favorite manga or light novel receives a rushed adaptation. Kase-san and Morning Glories is only a 58-episode OVA, but it's well-paced and beautifully animated enough that it doesn't feel incomplete. In its short runtime, it gracefully illustrates how Yui Yamada and Tomoka Kase come to terms with their differences to nurture their newfound affection for one another. Number 13. The Quintessential Quintuplets. How can you make a high school harem interesting? Well, 5 Tuban no Hanayame has an unusual set of male and female MCs. For one, Futaro Uesugi is disinterested in any sort of love. He wants to focus on his studies and make money to help pay off his dad's huge debt, which is why he accepted tutoring for the rich Nakano family. Number 12. School Rumble. You'll never have a bad time with School Rumble. Featuring an ensemble cast of high school friends, its 52 episodes are loaded with comedy and interconnected romance. Tenma Tsukamoto capably takes the center stage with her energetic and childishly adorable behavior. In direct contrast, her crush Oji Karasuma is mostly expressionless yet gifted in sports, writing, and music. Number 11. Kimi ni Todoke. From Me to You. Kimi ni Todoke is a 2-season series about Shota Kazuhaya and Sawako Koronuma. It's a fairly vanilla rom-com that you can't help but love, partly because of the character development and production IG's excellent output. With his good looks and amiable personality, Shota has become so popular even since middle school that his fangirls made a peace pact. Number 10. Your Lie in April. Regarded as an instant classic tearjerker and having ruled over 2 consecutive seasons, Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso is less about the time spent within the 4 corners of the classroom and more about the people and passion that keep teenagers going. Number 9. Adaki and Shimamura. Adaki and Shimamura from fall 2020 is a very introspective and gentle-paced girls' love, GL, series. Sakura Adaki and Hugetsu Shimamura love spending them with each other at school and beyond. It's as if they're in a completely different plane of existence when they're alone together. Number 8. Surezure Children. Featuring more MCs and couples than a few rom-com series combined, Surezure Children is a collection of vignettes about young love. How do emotions shape the daily lives of teenagers? There's Satsuki Sasahara, who chose her school club depending on her crush. Chizuru Takano doesn't care about love but ends up infatuated with a guy who's afraid of his feelings not being reciprocated. Number 7. Bloom Into You. Given that Yu Koito has an entire bookstore right below where she lives, she's become an expert in all things shoujo manga. In her mind, the day will come when a guy confesses and she'll be the happiest girl in the world. Yet it didn't feel special at all when it finally happened. Number 6. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Aside from her resemblance to the bug-type Pokemon Paris, Chio Sakura is unforgettable and amusing because of her innocence. Plus, who doesn't admire her determination, or stubbornness, to successfully confess to Umeteru Nozaki and make him fall for her? Apart from these 2 high schoolers, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun has more A-tier 1100s. Number 5. Tasuki ga Kirei. On the other hand, Kotaro Izumi isn't interested that much in his studies but is proficient in both literature and music. They're in the same section but live in two different worlds. But after several random interactions, the two begin to traverse the path of love, discreetly at first as they grasp new emotions, then with the rest of the class being fully aware. Number 4. Your Name. As an original project, Kimi no Na wa gave Shinkai and Comics Wave Films all the freedom to push their creative limits while taking proven ideas and themes from the director's previous works like Voices of a Distant Star and 5 cm per second. Taki Tachibana and Mitsuha Mayamizu are far away from each other. One is in the countryside while the other resides in Tokyo. Number 3. Kids on the Slope. I've already mentioned Makoto Shinkai and Hideaki Anno, so it's sensible to include another legendary director's high school romance anime. Like Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, Shinichiro Watanabe's Kids on the Slope tells its tale of youthful love and camaraderie with a heaping of music performances. Number 2. The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. This is the sequel film to the Suzumiya Haruhi no Yutsu TV series, the anime that took the otaku world by storm with its first season. But here, Kion's world has completely changed. The titular energetic girl is gone and everything and everyone is seemingly normal. Number 1. Horimiya. Horimiya is a very recent anime series that has catapulted itself to the top of my list. Look, I love vignette-style fiction, so this was right up my alley. Rather than covering literally everything in the source material and ending the season with a cliffhanger, when it was clear that a sequel was out of the question, Masashi Ishihama carefully examined the story and chose particular chapters. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more updates.